Hey everyone, welcome back to
5 Minute Eats, and today we've got a little frozen entree review for you. This one is one that I did not know they had come out with until I was strolling the aisles at Meijer the other day looking for some things to pick up, and I saw this and I thought, that's new. This is the new Michelina's Grande Feta Pasta Bake. Penne pasta in a zesty tomato sauce topped with feta cheese. More food, 50% more food than our 8.5 ounce 5 cheese Ziti. And this is 13 ounces for $2.25.
Which is a great freaking price, man, because
yes,
there's a lot of food here.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is bigger than your standard Stouffer's meal that are about $3.50 or so. What would you like to say before
I just want to say... I just want to say that, you know, the thing about Michelina's is like they're known for their like very cheap, like affordable food, right?
Yeah.
And with this one, what I really like is that this is something that I've been saying for a long time with these microwavable food. Mm-hmm. Just take the meat out.
Yeah.
Don't give us the meat.
Yeah.
Because usually like what ruins it is the meat, because you just can't either, like for $2, it's going to be low quality meat. Mm-hmm. There's going to be funky bits in it. Mm-hmm. And so it makes it where you don't want to buy it again because you're like, yeah, God, I don't want to deal with that, whatever that meat is, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think for these kind of brands, just leave the meat out.
I agree. Now that you are off of your soapbox, I would like to step up on it. So for me, when I started to cook this, because this is one of those where you can't really open it up and see what you're working with before you start cooking it, because there's no like plastic cover or anything. You just like peel back the corner and start to cook it. So whenever I had to take the lid off halfway through to like stir it up and everything, I opened this up and I knew we were in trouble because it didn't look great. I got an overhead shot of it because it looked like there was almost no sauce in there. And the cheese also looked a little funky, but I proceeded on, and when it was done, I was not impressed by the look.
I actually don't think it looks that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think that it looks like the
it
cover?
doesn't. It doesn't. But, you know, that's to be expected. You know,
is it?
I don't think it looks worse than, you know, it could be, you know, like, because we've seen other products where it doesn't match anything like the cover. So, and guys, if you're new to our channel, basically, we review everyday grocery items. So before you spend your hard-earned money, let us tell you if it's worth it. Now, how does it smell?
It just smells faintly of tomato sauce.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Just like,
wow, this thing is heavy.
It's heavy. I'm just very disappointed in the lack of sauce on there.
Let's go.
If you'd like to support this channel, the easiest way to do that is using our Amazon links the next time you shop there.
All right, guys, welcome back. Our rating system. Thumbs up, again, thumbs down, maybe not. So for me, this is a thumbs up. Going into this, you were not a big fan of this. Me, I was excited because there's no meat and there's a good portion to it, which I think this is a good meal, man, for $2.25, I believe you said, right?
Yeah.
The pasta, the feta, and boy, was this thing zesty. The star of this is the zestiness. It's got like a nice spice to it. The tomato sauce is like just the right amount. Which, you know, usually we complain, or I complain that it's not saucy enough. I think there was an adequate amount. The little chunks of tomato, at first I wasn't really like into it, but I got into it like the more I ate it. Didn't bother me. The feta, there was you know, a decent amount. Like, it satisfied me. Okay, I think this is a nice, affordable meal. I love that there's no meat. I love that there's plenty of pasta because what?
Nothing.
Because, you know, like sometimes when you open these things, like it's half full, right? I think the portion is great. It's a nice cheap meal because if you think about it, you can, like, you know what, for like less than $15 or something like that, have a
whole lunches. Yeah. Lunch week's worth.
Mm-hmm. So this is a good option. Thumbs up.
If you like what we're doing here, please consider sending a super thanks. It helps us continue to provide more amazing content.
Now let the hate flow.
how do you know that I'm going to let the hate flow?
Well,
maybe I'm just so excited that I can't wait to sing its praises, right? Okay, so for me, this one is going to be a thumbs down. I hated this. I hated this product so intensely. I talked a lot of about this not having enough sauce at the beginning and how it didn't look like the cover. I would like to rescind that. I think that there was far too much of this absolutely disgusting sauce. I think it should have just been plain buttered noodles because
wow,
this thing to me,
wow.
I hated this with such intense passion. I felt like it was gross from the start and it continued to get more and more gross as I went.
This thing is zesty. You're gonna either love it or hate it.
It's definitely zesty. And I will say, I do think that the level of seasoning in here was good. You know, like it cannot be accused of being a bland dish.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. While I feel like the level of seasoning of like the spices and stuff was good and there was a little bit of heat to it, it was a very polarizing sauce. For me, it was zesty, but with a dash of like vinegariness or something. Like it was almost a little too sharp tasting to me. I didn't love that, but my biggest issue with this was the cheese. I have never in my life had a feta cheese that was this wrong. I love feta cheese. You also love feta cheese, like the nice, good feta cheese that's like crumbly but creamy whenever it gets in your mouth. This stuff, I really strongly thought that maybe they had like subbed in some like hard tofu or something because it was funky. It was very, very funky and it had this like hard kind of texture to it that did not feel right in the mouth at all. It seemed almost a bit like a canned meat product kind of thing.
Wow, that is a lot of...
I didn't like it at all. I feel like they should have left that out entirely if that's what they were going to give me because that, even though it says feta on the ingredient label, that ain't feta. That is not the feta that should be calling itself feta. This is like, you know, Dollar Tree feta masquerading, you know. It's not good, but you might like it because we're clearly split on this one.
To sum it up, thumbs down, thumbs up, and if you guys buy from Amazon, use our Amazon link. The reason is when you do that, we get 10 cents, 50 cents, possibly even $1, which means we can continue to review things.
All right, guys, that's the video. If you like what we're doing here, definitely check out our other channel, Food Prep Inc., and don't forget to give us a like and subscribe.